Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. And yesterday we have seen some comments. So today we will continue. Yes, these are the comments which I have seen yesterday. So we shall continue today. Uh, I advise you to write some running notes because this would be this would be yes, I could repeat this soon after open the colleges. But even then, it is better to write. Yeah, better to write the running notes. Okay. So, however, I'll go ahead with some more extra comments which are very much useful to you in terms of files. Let me give you. So, this is the environment which I would like to specify. And here you need to open. You need to open the terminal. Yes, terminal will be available somewhere else. You need to open the terminal and increase the size of this terminal here. Okay, so here terminal does have looks like this, and we will enter into. Let me enter into UP class ls. Okay, so look at this. ls-l will be gives you some long listing of your total entire data. I mean entire files which are being maintained with the present working directory. However, I'd like to talk something about this particular issue, this particular information today. So that is, how would you change the permissions to one particular file or directory? What are the different? What is the command which is used to change different kinds of permissions for a file or for a directory? So that is what the main agenda today. And within one particular file, how you can display the data in a proper manner. That could be the second point I would like to mention here. So, because this particular command is very huge amount of time has been consumed to discuss with. So, normally these are different kinds of permissions which we have with us. If you consider, you may be observe this one. So, totally 10 different hyphens are there. If you put some, let me change that one. Student. If I would put like this, and I would like to go ahead with ls-l, you can observe this one. Number of hyphens here, totally 10. Already I have given some information that first and foremost thing is going for the file identification, whether it is a directory or it is a file. If it is a directory, it must be set as a D, and if it is a file, that permission will be put hyphen. So there is no letter which could be maintained over there. Other than that, we do have totally 9 different kinds of hyphens are available for this particular file, and these 9 hyphens are supposed to be filled with RWX followed by again RWX followed by again RWX. What does it mean? What do you mean by RWX, and what do you mean by, so all these things here we would like to take into consideration today. And there are 2 different ways to be set these RWX. So before going to take all those, let me explain what are they. Normally, so Unix operating system or Linux operating system is a kind of operating system which could be connected by many number of people. So this is a network-based operating system. That is the specification you need to consider. It is a network-based operating system. Many people will connect to this particular operating system to perform their operations through the specific system here. In this regard, I'd like to specify total number of people. I mean, different kinds of people who are available here. Let me list out them here. So, total number of people who are available for this particular Unix will be, first one is user. First kind of thing is user in the sense The person who is working right now will be called as user. Same thing in in database management systems. The same person will be termed as owner. Thereby, it is owner, but here it is user. Followed by second one is group. He may be work with one particular group. So followed by other than this particular group, one more kind of user will be there. He is called as other. Okay. So user in the sense. So if you consider I am the user for this particular thing. So I am the owner or user for this particular terminal here. And in addition to me, besides to me, if anybody is being connected and work with this particular system in the sense of this particular server, they will be considered as a group. And the same kind of other server will be there. If anybody is being working with that particular server, they will be considered as so others here. Let me explain by taking this particular thing here. It is so let us consider it is one particular server which is being available with us. This is one Unix server 1, and let me consider this is Unix server 2, Unix server 2 or Linux server 2, whatever it may be. The people who are communicating or connecting to this particular Unix server will be considered as many number of people have been connected here. Huge number of people will be connected here. So all these people, let me consider only one person. Right now we are talking about with respect to this particular color. With respect to this particular color, we are talking. So here also many people will be connected here. Many people will be connected here. Let me draw a few here. However, there is a connection in between these two servers also. So this server is belongs to, this server belongs to some purpose, and this server is belongs to some other purpose. So at this particular point of view, let me talk about who is user, who is the group, and who is under other. So if you talk about the user with respect to this particular color, so he will be the user. Okay, he will be the user, and this user will be connected to the Unix server 1, and he is being worked out whatever the operations he is supposed to work out here. So he will be done everything here. So besides to him, many other users are there. User number 1, user number 2, and so on and so forth. Many number of users are there here. All users who are connected to this particular server, other than himself, are called as the group. These people are called as the group. And some people whom were connected to some other server, so which is Unix server 2. So with respect to this particular user, I'm talking about only with respect to this particular user. So these people, all these people are comes under others. They are not within the group. They are they will be considered as others. So he is the user, and remaining all the people who are connected to this particular server will be called as group people, and remaining people who are connected to other server, not exactly his connected server, other server which is not equal to his server, and these people will be called as other. So here I do have as many number of I do have as much as many number of files. Let me say file A, otherwise file A1, file A2, file A3, and so on and so forth. Many number of files are there with me, and all these files are somewhat important files. I am the person who is maintaining. I am the person in the sense this you is the person who is maintaining sensitive data. And if anybody wants to access these files, so one thing you have to remember, if anybody wants to access these files, so whether you maybe have his username and password, so it could not be given to anybody, so it must be always keep with him only. So that could not be possible. Then how could access this one in the sense? He maybe give some kind of permissions to the people, the permissions to the or privileges to the people, or so permissions to the people who can access the file here. So if he wants to change the permissions for himself, so he may have 3 different types of permissions for every file. That is called as read, write, and execute for user. This is for user. Similarly, if the file A1 will be accessed by any one of these people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, who are connected to this particular Unix server 1. So they do also have 3 more extra permissions. They will be available also RWX, so which will be seen for the group. And the people who are connected to other server other than himself, so this server people will be also having one more set of permissions are available, RWX. They will be called as so these people will be called as O. So finally, how this could be mentioned here in the sense 1, 2, 3, and followed by 1, 2, 3, again followed by 1, 2, 3. So look at this. These 3 are belongs to, first 3 are belongs to user, second 3 are belongs to so the group who are connected to his server, same server under the same roof who are working, they are called as group, and the people who are working with other roof or other server, they are called as others. So totally 9 permissions are there. Within these permissions, all are RWX only, but the first 3 will be considered as himself, second 3 will be considered as group, third 3 will be considered as others. And the first and foremost, very beginning, one more permission will be there. This is as far as a directory. If your file will be directory, that could be mentioned as D. Otherwise, it could be considered as empty. So in this way, you have to have your segregation in terms of working with a particular file. Where it is, I think this one. Yeah, in terms of working with a particular file in Unix or Linux operating system here. Okay, in Unix or Linux operating system, these are the groups. These are the groups which are available for us. Then how could you change them? How could you give permission to read? How could you give permission to write? How could you give permission to execute? Only single permission or multiple permissions or all permissions? How could you give all those permissions here? So how this could be in the sense, there are 2 ways to give the permissions. Before going to take that 2 ways of permissions, let me evaluate them in a specific manner, something like this. So how many number of permissions could be given here? Let me take into consideration. So number 1, very well, yes. Number 1, one possibility is giving permissions dynamically. Dynamical in the sense without changing the previous permissions you can give, and giving permissions statically. So by changing everything. So here, what do you mean by dynamic and what do you mean by static in the sense? Dynamic in the sense, already if you consider CSC third year, already at a group user level, RW is available. At a group level, so R is available. At other level, R is available. I don't want to change all this. I just provide extra permissions to this particular file. Then you will go ahead with dynamic. So if you consider, I don't want to keep these permissions. I would like to keep only my permissions, what I am supposed to give, eliminate everything and reassign the permissions to a particular file. Then you will go ahead with the static kind of point of view. Then how could you done all this? How could you do all these operations? So to do all these operations, we are supposed to use chmod. This is the command which is used to provide permissions to the specific users. Ch in the sense change, mod in the sense mode. Change the mode of a file. So that is the thing. And I'm talking about the first one. This is static, and then talking about the dynamic here. As far as a static point of view, how the permissions will be changed as far as a static point of view is, the permissions will be changed in such a fashion. Let me consider, there are read permission will be there. Number 1, read. This permission system also called as octal permission system. OCTAL, I think. Yeah, octal permission system. So in octal permission system, we do have in octal number system, we do have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. These are the octal numbers which are available for us. Then how could you generate these things here? So 0 in the sense, as and when you have to mention 0, so 0 will be always specified that no permission, none. Now, there is nothing which is being available for us. Then 1 in the sense, it is execute. 1 in the sense, execute permission. Execute will be given for this one here. 2 in the sense, it is write permission. Write permission will be given if you are supposed to operate 2. And then followed by 3 in the sense, so execute and execute plus write. These two permissions will be given for if you operate 3. 4 in the sense, read permission. Okay, 5 in the sense, so 4 plus 1, 5 actually. 2 plus 3 also be there here, but 4 plus 1 will be taken into consideration. So 4 in the sense read, 1 in the sense 4 plus 1, 1 in the sense execute. So read followed by so execute. These two will be given. Okay, read and execute will be given into consideration. 6 in the sense 4 plus 2. So 4 plus 2 in the sense read and so read plus write permissions will be given. Then 7 in the sense 7 will be written 4 plus 2 plus 3. Sorry, 4 plus 2 plus 1. So 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 1, 7. So read plus write plus execute. All permissions will be given if you specified 7 here. So 0 will be specified, no permission will be given. 1 will be specified, only execute will be given. So 2 will be specified, write permission will be given. So 3 will be specified. If you specify 3, so 3 must be taken. So read and execute, sorry, write and execute permission. 4 will be read permission. So 5 will be read and execute permission. And 6 will be read and write. 7 will be everything, all. Then how could you specify all these for different kinds of users? So chmod. So here you need to mention the permissions followed by, so here it is the file name. Whatever the file name, you have to take into consideration, file or directory, whatever it may be. So you have to give it here. So if you specify only one number here, single number, first only one number can be specified. First number is always looking forward to set the permissions for only user. Second number will be set for group, and the third number will be set for the others. Okay, so here you have to mention so 777 all permission to everybody. That is the meaning. For example, if you are specify something like this, change mode 100 for a file A. If you give like this in the sense 1 in the sense execute permission. For user, you have given execution, and remaining everybody there is no permission on this particular file. Similarly, so 401 can be given by you for a file B. So change mode, so 401 for a file B in the sense, 4 in the sense, so read. So read permission for user, and there is no permission for group. For others, execute permission on the specific file B here. So this is the way you have to operate so the permissions list statically. It is also called as octal permission system. It is also called as octal permission system. Let me operate this one for a while, then you could come across very clearly. So let us take this particular system here. Okay, look at this. So here we have a file that is student. There is a file student which doesn't have any permissions here. Then how could you mention only execute permission for user and no other permission for other people? So then chmod, okay, chmod 100, 1 in the sense, so execute permission. First one in the sense, first number will be undertaken by users, second will be group, third will be others. So first will be execute will be given for users and no permissions for others, no permissions for the group here. File name student. File or directory, whatever it may be, you have to mention. So yes, it has been taken. Apply for ls-l, you can see. Previously nothing is there. Now for group, executive will be gets allocated, and remaining everything could not be taken into consideration. So now I'd like to give only read permission for all. Only read permission for all. I don't want to lift this particular execute permission from them and give only read permission. So read permission in the sense, as far as the octal system, 4 will becomes for read. You can see this one here. So 4 will becomes for read here. Read permission for everybody. So either user, group, or others. For everybody, it has been given. So how could you give that read permission here in the sense chmod? So 4 for user, 4 for group, 4 for others on the student, STUD, and this is student. Look at this. Now go ahead with the ls-l. So you can see read permission, read permission, read permission for everybody. Okay. So 4 will be mentioned as read. Give all permissions to everybody. Give all permissions. So previously I have given execute permission. That execute permission will be overwritten here. You please observe this one, because it is a static kind of system and it could not be keep track of the previous permissions. They will be left and it will be allocated the new one here. Okay. All permissions to everyone. All permissions in the sense. So chmod permissions all in the sense 7 for the student here. You can see ls-l. So you could see rwx for everybody. Everybody has taken all permissions. So everybody could operate any kind of operation on student file which is being given by the user here. In this way, statically you could allocate the permissions here. So I don't want to do this one here right now. I don't want to do this kind of operation here. So already some operations will be there. Let me take, let me execute 444 on the student again, and we'll go ahead with ls-l. Let me go ahead with ls-l. So already read permissions are there on one particular file. Let me change execute permission. Let me give, in addition to read, let me give execute permission for user and for others. So this could not be done in static way. It could be done by dynamic way here. How dynamic way would be done here? How the things will be done here? Let us examine here. How this could be done? Let us examine here. So in dynamic way, how the things will be happen here in the sense. So first letters of these values could be taken here. So chmod followed by, so let me say U, G, O. U in the sense user, G in the sense group, O in the sense other, followed by allocate the permission, that is plus, otherwise, so take off the permission, that is minus, otherwise assign the permission equal, of course plus and equal same. Okay, permission, then followed by permissions will be R, W, X, either of these, not exactly all, either of these will be taken into consideration, followed by either it is a file or it is a directory, any one of them. Any one of you may be choose, and based on that, so it could be it's evaluated. So this is the syntax for dynamic allocation. So change mode, chmod, change mode. So to whom you are trying to change the permissions. So mention that one. After immediately plus or minus or equal. So any one of these operators will be taken, followed by which parameter, I mean which permission you are supposed to give. So that permission will be given by you. Okay. So here, what is my question? Before going to the question, so try to understand what is the specific command here. This command is always used to give the permission, allocate the permissions dynamically. So dynamically in the sense, previous permissions will be there, they will be keep as it is, and give new permissions. Give new permissions to the specific file. Here also that could be happen, but because of numbers, every permission will be overwritten. But here overwritten could not be possible here. Okay, let us examine how this could be happening here. I'd like to give execute permission or read permission for all are available, and for user, for group, and for others is available. In addition to that, I would like to give execute for user. How it could be done. So look at this. So see, chmod change mode. I'm trying to give the permission for you and assigning the permission plus, and which permission I am trying to assign, that is e for a file. What is that file? Student. So you have to take that particular thing. UE. Sorry, not E. I'm extremely sorry. This is not E. What I have specified, it is wrong here. Execute X, not E. I'm sorry. This is X. Okay. So look at this. Things have been taken properly. Now you'll go ahead with ls-l. Check about this. Yes, execute permission has been given to this particular user. And if you want to give write permission for others, so chmod. So I'm trying to give O plus what I would like to give W. Others, write permission for others on student. I have given student. Look at this. Go ahead this one. So previously, whatever the permissions which does have, it could be as it is. There is no change in that. And in addition to all those permissions, you may be given extra permission to that. To that file on users, either users or group or others. Based on your interest, you may be provided. So in this way, you could give, or you could allot permissions to the user here. Sorry, files or directories here. So this is the specification. You need to take this particular command very prominently, and you have to what you call exercise, otherwise practice for many number of times about this one and about this one also. These two are very, very important, and you must be operate this one continuously, because while writing any exam, any programs, I mean shell programs, you must be give execute permission for execution, so that you must be give permissions for a particular file for execution, permission for must assign some permissions for or in the sense read just before I have specified. Just before I have specified here, everything is available. You could see R in the sense read. There is a question. So what is RWX? R in the sense read. So W in the sense write, and X in the sense execute. These are the permission names. U in the sense user, G in the sense group, and O in the sense others. Plus will be allot the permission. Minus will be release the permission. Equal will be assign the permission. Allot and assign both are same. Both are same. There is no problem at all. Okay. I will release the permission from here. Just watch this one. I'd like to release the permission for this particular thing. So chmod for user, I don't want to keep read permission for user. So -r, so followed by student. If you take like this, then it could be releases that particular permission. Remaining permissions will be keep as it is. They will not disturb anymore. Only so this particular read permission will be revoked from that particular file. So RWX in the sense read, write, and execute. That is the meaning. Okay. So this is the way you have to take a chmod file, and then let me go ahead with let me create a particular file. Cat greater than, let me say file file. Let me take only numbers, because I need line numbers are required. So I don't have, I'm running out of time, so that I would like to mention only numbers. Okay, 25. I have taken 25 numbers here, and try to observe. I'd like to save this particular file. Control D. My file has been saved here. So CAT followed by FILE. File is by my file name. So if you take this one, yes, totally 26 lines have been displayed. So after 12, one more one has been taken. However, 26 lines are there. Lines of information is there with this particular file. Now I'd like to display. Only first 5 lines. How it could be possible? Otherwise, I'd like to display only last 5 lines. 5 lines. how it could be possible. These will be possible by taking, so where is that? So by taking one specific set of command set here, that command set will be, look at this, head and tail. These are the two different kinds of so commands which are useful for that. So let me go ahead and explain. So here, this is the file. So how you could display the files in the sense, head is always trying to display so right away from the top to bottom manner. So head will be taken always 10 lines, by default 10 lines. Let me take head followed by file. It would be displayed first 10 lines. So that is why for explanation point of view, I have taken numbers only. Each and every line it does have one particular number. So that the head by default it could be taken 10 lines. If you want to restrict a particular number, then head followed by any number, whatever it may be, hyphen, so-called number, whatever the number you can specify. So followed by your file name. So this is the syntax. Head hyphen so-called number. So for example, some 1,000,000,000 rows are there, 10 lakhs rows are there. You wanted to display only 100 rows. So by default, head will be taken 10 rows only. You wanted to display first 100 rows in the sense, you need to mention 100. So similarly here also, I would like to specify only 5 rows. So hyphen 5, my file name is FILE. Only, so 5 rows will be gets displayed and remaining will be gets off. Okay. Then I mean opposite of operation will be tail, TAIL followed by my file name file. So it could be taken, look at this, 16 to 25 totally, so 10 lines, last 10 lines. Okay. Here also same. So tail followed by -5 in the sense from the bottom. So 5 lines are going to be displayed here. That is my file name is file. So you can see totally 5 lines. And if anybody asks to you, so display exactly so 10 to 15 lines. Okay, here totally 25 lines are available, 26 lines are available. So people wants to display only 10 to so 15 lines. So starting from here to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So up to this one to this one, wanted to display these many rows only. So remaining, so beyond 10 and after 15, don't require anything here. If you want to have such kind of things which may be there within your queries, then you have to so take like this. First of all, you need to display. You need to take a head followed by 15 lines, top 15 lines. So from the file, FILE, followed by this information will be forwarded to so one more command, that is tail. What is our expectation from the bottom? Out of these 15 lines from the bottom, so 5 lines will be get selected here. So okay, so my hyphen 5, sorry, hyphen 5. Okay, like this. I'm sorry, here hyphen was missed, so that is why 5 is not entirely file or directory, it has been given. However, so switch can be, always switches will be starting with hyphens. However, so look at this, 11, 12, of course this is 13, 14 and 15. Okay, so this information will be displayed. If you want to display in between some kind of data, you have to measure in such a way and pass the parameters as per the requirement here. So in this way, you can operate head and tail in our Unix operating system. Many other things are available. Many other commands are available. I will discuss by tomorrow because I am running out of time. So only 2 minutes are there with me. So I'm running out of time for tomorrow because change mode, chmod is very, very, very big command. That is very big command that has been taken for 20 minutes for discussion. Okay. However, so this is what the today's class. We will have by day after tomorrow one more class. If anybody is not willing to take the class, just inform to me. I will consider the class and I will continue because Unix is a very big command set. It does have its big command set. So completion of this big command set will be taken huge amount of time. Even regular classes also it could be taken huge amount of time. So if anybody is not interested to take a particular class on the day, please inform me. I'll continue. Okay. So this is what today's class. We continue for